on top. Wade looking to bunt, takes a pitch low and inside for a ball. Wade says the ball hit him in the foot, and he wants the Yankees to look at it. Are they sending him to first base?
Let's see.
If it did, it might have hit just the shoelace.
Maybe skipped off the top.
Aaron Boone trying to get something from the umpires, and he wants the first base umpire to have a ruling here. He's calling the umpires in, talk it over. Did the ball hit Tyler Wade or not? Wade says it did. And I can almost tell you what's going to happen here. They're going to say it didn't. That was quick. They're telling him to go back and hit. Aaron Boone says, you know, why not?
Now, I think Boone, when he challenged that play at second base, that's it, right? He didn't get another challenge.
Yeah.
So this is a challenging. There we go. And you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, he got a chance of being thrown out of this game, and he has been. Now he's going to come and get his money's worth. Now this is his version of what should have happened. Here we go. Oh, the finger pointing. All you got to do is turn your hat around backwards now so you can get even closer. He's talking about the play at second, and maybe now this one.
Well, you lose your challenge because, you know, who knows what New York was seeing. You lose your challenge early in the game, and all you're asking is for the umpires to get together. And it seemed to me like they had a hard time, and they weren't going to overturn it anyway or say it was a hit batter or even check it, because after that, you know, you lose your challenge. You basically have to hope the umpires will get together and say, hey, okay, we got to go back to New York and see if we can do it on our own. And they didn't, and that's why, you know, a little upset. He's got every right to be.
And what he's done here this third and fourth time through is starting to hitters off with something slow and then heat them back up. He is still dialing it up at 97.
Well, Winker, he had words with the home plate umpire in the sixth inning. And Winker's now thrown out of the game. That's Marty Foster, who throws Winker out after the call on the strike two pitch, and Jesse is really upset. David Bell also has been ejected. He's trying to get to Marty Foster again, but the crew chief, Ron Kulpa, is running interference.
Well, pitch number 2 is what it is, and that's what set Jesse Winker off.
Well, you saw him say, oh my God, is what Winker said, but he was looking straight ahead. And then Kulpa jumps in between the two, and then things really got heated up.
Well, Bell's going to go out there to protect his player. We've seen that. I mean, he comes charging out of there as fast as any manager I've seen in a long time. You know, you can't argue balls and strikes. That'll get you an immediate ejection if you're a manager.
Boom. Oh, hit his teammate.
Whacked his teammate.
Oh, his ace.
That's Luis Castillo, who got hit by the helmet.
He apologized. I did that once. I hit my bench coach, George Kissel.
It was. He threw it right behind him, and they threw him out. Jeff Nelson just threw Kevin Gossman out of this game. Wow, I can't believe that.
No warning. You know these guys were put on notice, the umpires, about what happened in August. But at the very least, there should have been a warning, and maybe there was before the game, one we're not aware of, but that was way out of line to just jump in there and throw him out. Bryant's going to get thrown out here, or should.
So Kevin Gossman throws behind Urania. No warning issued. He's immediately ejected. The Braves, Joe, took their shot. They missed him.
I don't understand the automatic ejection unless there had been warnings issued before the game to both sides.
If it quote unquote got away from Kevin, it got away in a professional spot.
Yeah.
But you still missed him. If that was the intent of that pitch. And immediately Jeff Nelson came from behind the
3-0. Doesn't swing, and back-to-back walks. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Jeff Nelson tricked all of us. Maybe even tricked pitching coach Rick Kranitz, because how often do you see a meeting on the mound when there's a 3-1 count? I think Kranitz was headed out there thinking it was ball 4. It was not. So 3-1. See where this crosses home plate, below the kneecap, and I think somebody just got run. Don Mattingly just got thrown out of this ball game by home plate umpire crew chief Jeff Nelson, and now Donnie is going to get his money's worth. Third base umpire Laz Diaz in there as well, and it looks like a one-way conversation right now.
Yeah, we're letting him speak his mind, speak his piece. The two veteran umpires have been in a few of these in their careers. I mean, you can almost see it the way they're reacting to what's going on. This so much not only about this particular pitch, but one earlier in the ball game, a couple earlier in the ball game that were down in the zone.
Frustrations bubbling over tonight. Strike zone.
Strike 3 call. Smoke didn't like it, thought it was upstairs, and he threw him out of the game. Smoke gets thrown out of the game by the home plate umpire, Mike Estabrook. But the Blue Jays have taken the
speed, practice at game speed. Drury started turning around his season the last time these two teams hooked up.
You could hear Drury's reaction to Adam Hamari, the home plate umpire. And Charlie. And now he wanted to throw him out initially, hesitated, now he throws him out. Charlie Montoya gets thrown out for the first time, but he keeps Drury in the game.
Yeah, he takes that one for his team. His argument might be, hey, my pitcher was thrown at there and he wasn't getting the call, and now you call it. But he saved his teammate from getting thrown out. Called for a strikeout, but he thought this pitch was low, and I think he's got an argument. You asked the umpire after the first one, is that as low as you're going to go? That one was around the shins as it crossed home plate.
0-1. Check swing. He didn't go, says Marty Foster at third.
They're giving him a little chin music and a little language from.
He went.
Well,
is what Lucas says.
Yep. Well, unfortunately, you can't argue balls and strikes, and it would appear that Ricky is going to get the hook in this one.
Sox by 2. Called strike 3. Oh, Colomé aced him downstairs. Cleveland's fans boo, and they might have a case.
Rendon's going to get rung up on a fastball that he thinks was off the plate.
Got to save him here.
Oh, and he's been tossed out of the game. When he put the bat down on the ground to show Buckner where the pitch was, he got ejected.
He didn't think it was a strike, and you see Grandal reach all the way over there, and it was off the plate. Pretty close, though. And right when he starts pointing, you're thinking you got to save him. You got to keep him in the ball game. And then right here he points with the bat on the plate, and that's automatic. Anytime you do that, when you draw it with your bat, it's an automatic ejection. The third career ejection for Anthony Rendon.
Maldonado has been at odds with home plate umpire Brian Knight all night as the Royals catcher. And somebody just got thrown out. Ned Yost came out of the Royals dugout screaming at Brian Knight, but it was Maldonado who was ejected. And Ned may get his money's worth while he's out there. Brian Knight. There goes Ned. Brian Knight is not the reason why the Royals are losing 9-0 tonight, but there have been a few instances tonight where certain pitches have not gone both ways.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And there's a little frustration there built up, no doubt, in Maldonado and Ned. Ned's protecting him.
Lost it.
And now Rick Anderson's going to give him a little bit of a breather here.
He and John Hicks stuck around a little longer on the mound. Are they mixing up their signs? Is that what they were possibly talking about?
Gardy's mad about something. He's coming out here right now.
Yeah, he just got tossed.
Thrown.
He's talking about the strike zone, you think, Jack?
Well, I saw Rick Anderson have a conversation as he's walked out the mound. Hunter might have said something to him on the way out there.
Found out Thursday after his game. Ron Gardner told us, look, I mean, getting good. Oh, Ron Gardner pops right out of the dugout already. Is this a replay of game number 1? Chad Whitson are going at it.
Whitson didn't throw anybody out, did he?
Whitson's listening, giving him a little bit more time, obviously, than Wendelstedt did in game 1.
Well, Gardy must have been the one tossed.
I don't think so, Buck. Maybe. He's taking a seat. I know Miguel Cabrera was complaining to Chad Whitson as he was walking off the field at the end of the first. They go back to work against Marwin Gonzalez. I mean, Miguel Cabrera was upset before as he was walking to the dugout, and then Whitson hears something. He doesn't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah, he tosses.
It's Cabrera.
And it's a little bit low. Fegley can't believe it. And Bob Melvin is all over DJ Rayburn. I think he missed it.
Well, and he can see, and he might have been fooled because it was a cutter, and he might have been fooled because Bob Melvin can see the height. Oh man, that's a strike.
That's a strike.
That is a strike. Wow. I'm surprised Bob Melvin stayed in the game, but
I think Encarnacion thought it was going to be a strike.
Yeah, and it should have been.
So 2 on, 1 out. Here's Vogelbach.
How do you miss it?
Center field. Laureano's going back, and Laureano turns around, and it's gone. Vogelbach ties it with a 3-run homer.
Yeah, and he just threw him out, and Bob Melvin's going to get his money's worth.
Well, that's
wow. Well,
that's one where if you're a manager, I mean, you're going to argue. You have to do it.
And you know what? You said it right. It's an important pitch, and he made the perfect pitch to get the strikeout, which he should have gotten, because the power of Vogelbach coming up.
It gets away from Momar, can't find it. It's on the first base side. Run scores. 5-3 game. Everybody else moves up. Here's a throw to first. Safe is Dietrich.
Got service out of the dugout.
A little confab here. He definitely goes.
Oh, but then he hits it with the bat.
On the recoil. Oh, yeah.
Thought that was strange because when Omar went down to block, it looked like he was in pretty good shape. Paul Nauer, the third base umpire, is the one that called strike 3. Rung him up, basically.
Must not be reviewable.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Now Maniacta out of the dugout. He's letting him know this. Can't review it.
Man, oh man. Scott pointing at the big screen.
Yeah, he's out of here now. That's over with.
Get his money's worth now.
And here comes Maniacta again.
So it's going to be a strikeout wild pitch. Run scores.
What Scott's arguing is that there was the strike 3, obviously swung through it, but then he interfered with it when he hit it back to the backstop. But the umpires must not have seen it, and clearly they can't review it.
Strike 2. Ooh, Myers said something. And now pointing. Ooh, really fired up, and he's been ejected from this game. Well, you never see that with Will Myers. He just frustrated and boiled over right there. He was ejected from the game. Eddie Green now out there talking to Ramon de Jesus. It's been an interesting strike zone, to say the least, today.
You know, it really has, and I can sense the frustration both sides. And one thing I've always said in a situation like this, I don't know what was said. I can only read for the body languages between umpire and player. But with the way things have been going this afternoon, you know, I think letting a player kind of vent his frustration, you know, kind of give him some leash a little bit. And once again, I don't know what was said. Might have been something that triggered Ramon de Jesus behind the plate. But you're right, the strike zone's been iffy this afternoon. Now, I will be honest with you, that last pitch looked like it was a pretty good pitch. Let's take a look at that last pitch. Oh, off the plate a little bit. I stand corrected. I was wrong on my initial thought. I mean, you know, it's easy for me to sit here and, you know, I look at Will Myers. He said something and started to walk away a little bit.
Travis Jankowski going to finish this plate appearance. 1-2 the count. He will inherit that count.
And then he just put his right hand on his face, and now he's got pine tar on his nose probably. Hernandez thought that was a strike, started skipping off the mound a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Woodward in trouble, and he's been ejected. Malinsky was yelling at him from home plate, came stepping off toward the dugout, and Woody wasn't going to let him up. But he's been tossed.
So what Woody's arguing here, you and I talked about it a little bit earlier, there were some pitches that were off the plate away to lefties into righties that had been called tonight. No doubt that the strike zone has gotten a little wide at times, and from Woody's view, he felt like that one was similar to other pitches that had been called tonight. And I think Hernandez sold it a little bit as well, right? You saw the reaction from Jonathan Hernandez after he threw the pitch. It was a ball. It was off the plate.
Well inside. Did he stop?
Oh.
No, says Tim Timmons.
That's not even close. Tim Timmons getting at 7 in the morning last night. That's not even close.
Wow. Horrible break for Howie in the Nats. His body went, but he kept the bat back. It's the bat, not the body.
You've heard me over the years on check swings. It's hard, and I realize it's hard, and I rarely get on an ump for a check swing, but he missed that one.
2-2 now to Howie Kendrick. Oh, that ball picked by Culberson, keeping it from going down the right field line. 2 outs, Robles to third.
Kendrick said something to Timmons as he ran by it too. And now Tim Bogar's diffusing it. Getting in between Kendrick, and Tim Bogar just got thrown out. Tim Bogar did a good job there, because Howie Kendrick had a chance to get thrown out. Who knows if Davey wants to keep Howie in the game after he pinch hit.
Well, Tim Bogar was pretty close to the umpire. He had pretty much the same view of that check swing as Tim Timmons did. Tim is really hot.
Timmons said you got in my face and said something, and Tim Bogar said I didn't get in your face and say anything. You read his lips on what's going on down there. Now Chip Hale's going to come out and coach first, I think. Yeah, that was a bad call. And a big difference in the count.
Into deep right center field. I think everybody except George Springer thought that he was going to catch it, and Dozier was doubled up, and now Alex is angry again with Lance Barrett as Garrett Cole strikes out his 10th.
That is called cheese at the knees. My goodness.
Well, in between innings, it appears that Alex Gordon was ejected by home plate umpire Lance Barrett, and then Ned went out there, and after an argument with Barrett, was ejected from the game. And so Brett Phillips